how to draw it. Then we'll go to the Nyquist stability criteria. So for this, I'll explain you what is meant by polar plot first. It is also a frequency domain plot. So in order to find out the frequency response, but when you compare this polar plot with the Bode plot, there's small difference. That is, in the Bode plot, you will draw the phase plot, magnitude plot and phase plot in the same plot, but different plots. Same graph sheet in the two different plots you will draw, right? That is called the frequency response. But here in the polar plot, you will draw both magnitude and phase at a time using the circles. Here the radius will tell you the magnitude and angle will tell you the phase. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is just polar form. If you have A plus JB, how do you write in the polar form? The magnitude of this at an angle of phase. This is the polar plot, simply. That is the polar plot. We will draw in the polar format. If we have S is equal to sigma plus j omega, we can write this same in polar form like a radius at an angle of theta. The radius is nothing but magnitude. Now we will see first a simple example. G of s is equal to 1 by 1 plus tau s. For this, how to draw the phase plot? Okay, the phase plot, to draw the phase plot again, here we no need to be compulsory in 1 plus st format here, but it's better to always write in the 1 plus st format. Okay, but it's not compulsory in the polar plot. Then we substitute s is equal to j omega as usual. Then everything will come to the free sinusoidal format. So 1 by 1 plus j omega 2. And for this, we will first take the magnitude and phase. While drawing this, we need to consider actually 4 points while drawing the plot. We need to find out the plot or magnitude and phase at omega is equal to 0. We need to find out, or at an angle theta. At omega is equal to 0, then at omega is equal to infinity, that means starting and ending point, ending frequencies. And sometimes this r theta, when you draw like this circles, the plot will be like this, it may be like this. Then somewhere this plot will touch the real axis. This is the real axis, and sometimes it will happen like this. See here, this kind of plot is touching the imaginary axis as well as real axis. So we need to find out at what omega value it is touching, at what frequency it is touching the imaginary axis, and what frequency it is touching the imaginary line. So both we need to check. And for that, we need to take, we need to separate g of j omega this into real part and imaginary part. So how to do it? Here 1 by complex number is there. So if you take the complex conjugate in the numerator and denominator, you can get this kind of expression. Okay, you know everything, like if 1 by a plus jb is there, means you can write like 1 plus jb into 1 minus jb by 1, a minus jb. Then when you multiply, the numerator will be a minus jb, the denominator will be a square plus b square. Okay, here also same thing. And here this, when you separate this real part and imaginary part, this is the real part and this is the imaginary part. You can separate it. Now we have real part and imaginary part separately. And if you want, we can find out the magnitude for this. You will get easily the magnitude, and we can find out the phase and magnitude separately can do it, and we can calculate for different omega values at a time, phase and magnitude. That is a that is another matter. Okay. Now, without doing that, with sometimes we don't understand what till how many values we should take. So that time we should understand that what are the these residue points. So we are concentrating. That's why only on 4 points. One is at omega is equal to 0, and second point at omega is equal to infinity. Third point, what is the omega value? The omega value at which the magnitude, the plot crossing the real axis. And fourth one is the omega value at which the plot is crossing imaginary axis. That's it. So these 4 points we need to consider. No need to take this omega values differently, magnitude, phase response for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. This much is not required. Okay. Then from this table also you can draw the same thing. But why need to find this many values? That's why we are finding exactly where it is crossing real axis, where it is crossing imaginary axis. And what is the starting point? What is the starting point and what is the ending point? That's it. Okay. Now we'll see these points, how to calculate. Here, after getting real part and imaginary part, we will first substitute omega is equal to 0. First point. The first point, when you substitute omega is equal to 0, what will be the magnitude? It is equal to 1 by, we already found the magnitude response. This is the magnitude response equation. 1 by root of 1 plus omega square plus tau square. When you substitute omega is equal to 0, this will be equal to 1. So this is equal to 1. And what is the angle? Phase angle is equal to minus tan inverse of omega tau. Here omega is equal to 0. Tan inverse 0 means 0 only. So 0. Next, we got at omega is equal to 0. What is the magnitude? What is the phase? Both we found. Next, we'll find at the ending where the point when the plot will end at omega is equal to infinity. So omega is equal to infinity, we'll find what is the magnitude. Substitute omega is equal to infinity here. Substituted, then you will get this is equal to 0 because 1 by infinity is equal to 0. And phase angle, if you substitute infinity here, tan inverse infinity is pi by 2. Since minus, minus. So minus tan inverse of minus 90 degrees. So we will get the ending point also. From these 2 points, we assume that the plot will start at radius is equal to 1. I mean, if you assume this is the unit circle, this is unit circle. I mean, the radius is equal to 1. Angle is 0 degrees. 0 degrees, radius is 1. This is the 0 degrees line. This is the 90 degrees. This is 180 degrees. This is minus 90. I mean, this side, if you come, this is minus 90. Otherwise, it is 270 degrees. This same point is when you come to clockwise, this is minus 90, minus 180, minus 270 degrees. Okay, minus 270. Now, if you draw the first point, this is 1 radius and 0 degree space. 0 degree space is this. And where is the radius and this line? This is the radius point. And don't say that this is also 0 degrees. This is 180 degrees. Okay. So here is the point. That means the plot will start from here. And where is the ending point? Ending point is radius is 0 and angle is minus 90. Where is minus 90? Here is the minus 90. Here is this line is the minus 90 degrees line. Okay. And where is this radius? 0. 0 radius means here. That means this plot may come this side and will reach this. Will reach this. Okay, this way it will reach. But where is the guarantee? It won't touch this imaginary axis. It may come. It may come like this also. Correct? Pallavi, are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Become like this also. Sometimes it may get like this. So, who knows? We don't know this. That's why we need to find out where the real axis intersection and imaginary axis intersection also. For that, we need to go for third point and fourth point. In third point, we need to find out the real axis intersection. Real axis intersection means if the plot is touching the real axis, at the real axis, this plot is, the imaginary part is 0 and the real axis. Therefore, take the real imaginary part. See, this is the imaginary part, and this is the real part, and this is the imaginary part. Imaginary part, you take it and make it to 0. Then you will get omega value. So imaginary part is taken and equal to 0. From this, you will get omega is equal to 0. From this, you will get omega value. After cross multiplication, it is getting omega is equal to 0 only. And of course, at omega is equal to infinity also, we are getting the same thing. So these 2 points are nothing but this other 2 points. That means at omega is equal to 0, it is touching the real axis, and at omega is equal to infinity, again it is touching the uh, real axis. Okay, there is no extra points touching. So we are very clear, the plot is not again touching the real axis. Now come to the fourth point. We see now the intersection with the imaginary axis. Imaginary axis, so that on the imaginary axis, real part of the system is 0. Therefore, real part is equal to 0. From this, we will get some omega value. After cross multiplication, you will get this is equal to infinity. Then omega value must be equal to infinity. So it will satisfy at omega is equal to infinity only. Therefore, this is again the point of second point only. At omega is equal to infinity only, it is touching the imaginary line. Otherwise, it is not touching. So at this is the point, the ending point. Therefore, at this ending point, real axis is touching, imaginary axis is touching. Therefore, we can conclude that our plot is never touching the real imaginary axis and the real axis apart this starting and ending points. Therefore, the plot will be like this. It started from here and ended here. That's it. That's it. It's very simple, the plot. It is not crossing the imaginary axis. It is not crossing the real axis. So it is not crossing these two lines. It is going only with this quadrant. Okay, Pallavi, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In the middle, if you want, you can take the middle points. Middle points, that means is some omega values in between 0 and infinity. You can take values and you can plot this. That that is not an issue. So this is the final plot we get. We'll start from here. We'll go here. So in between this, if you want to find out any magnitude and phase at any omega value, you can take it. You can calculate that. It will give the magnitude value and phase angle. Therefore, what is the procedure to find the plot for the polar plot is we need to first get the magnitude equation, phase equation, then make a table and before that, if you don't want to make it a table, you need to find out the values omega value, magnitude and phase angle at omega is equal to 0, omega is equal to infinity. This is to our compulsory points. Then remaining different values you can select if you have the calculator, and if you're feeling difficulty that real part imaginary part separation is difficult, sir, means you don't need to do that. You don't need to do this calculation, make it equal to zeros. Sometimes it is difficult because if you get the big equation, that will be difficult. So in such case, if you write the magnitude equation and a phase angle equation, then type this equation in the calculator and substitute for different omega values and so on. But remember, in this table, while doing this calculation, you are selecting randomly these omega values. You don't know what to select. In between 0 and infinity, you will select some values. Okay. But 0 and infinity compulsory. That manually you can do it. So what are the remaining values you can select? There is no end actually. Any number of omegas you can take. But I'll tell you a small suggestion here. Why we need to find this? In order to find some real axis intersection and some imaginary axis intersection, right? At real axis intersection, we know that this see imaginary part is equal to 0, correct? Sorry, yeah, correct. Imaginary part is equal to 0. I think you know it. Otherwise, you can do one thing. Just vary the different omega values and you find where the magnitude is equal to 1. Okay. And where the theta is equal to 180 degrees minus plus or minus 180 degrees. These two omegas enough apart these two. Pallavi, understood my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it is the trail ender in the calculator. Just randomly you can substitute some values, omega values, and try to get where the omega value gives magnitude is equal to 1. That omega value you should consider in the table, and which omega is giving plus or minus 180 degrees phase. That omega value you need to consider. Then in your table you will be having only 1, 2, 3, 4 points. That's enough. If you want to take more means you can take, no issue. But these 4 points must be compulsory. If your expression is very simple, you can do manually. Real part separation, imaginary part separation, then real part is equal to 0 and solve for omega. That headache you can take. But always it is not possible. Therefore, learn how to do through the calculator. Okay, understood how to do the problem. After getting this table, you should draw you should place these values in the plot. Here, we should use the plot, this kind of plot. Guys, please do this, buy this kind of graph sheet. Okay, polar plot. You ask in the stationery, polar plot. Only circles will be there in the graph.